Good evening. We welcome you back to Baton Rouge in the first round of the women's NCAA Tournament here in the Baton Rouge Regional as LSU wins 103-48 over San Diego State. LSU sets a program record for points in an NCAA Tournament game. Joining me to my immediate left is head coach Kim Mulkey. In the middle, we have who's in the middle there? Yeah, Flaugier Johnson's in the middle. Flaugier had 22 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks in tonight's game. And to the far left, Anissa Morrow, who had 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists in the win. We will start by asking questions to the players and players only, please. When if you have a question, please raise your hand. Introduce yourself, your affiliation, and who your question is directed to the players. If you are joining us via Zoom, please hit your raise hand icon and we will come to you, and then we'll get comments and questions from head coach Kim Mulkey. So with that, we open up the floor with questions to the players, please, right here in the front.
Yeah, Ron Higgins, Freeport Bossier Journal. This is for Flaugier. It just seemed like from the very start you were just flying around out there. The energy was obvious that you had, kind of pent-up energy. Can you talk about just your start?
Yeah, I told myself when I came back that I want to be the energy for the team. I feel like when you don't get a chance to play basketball, like, you know what I'm saying, it really changed your perspective on, like, coming out and giving everything you got. So that was kind of that, just trying to bring the energy for the team because I know that's what we need.
Up here, my front left.
Hey, Flaugier and Anissa, what did you ladies think about y'all's?
Can you identify yourself?
I'm Blake Spadar from Blake's Take and W Swish. What did you ladies think about y'all's offensive execution throughout the game?
I feel like it was good. There was a lot of plays and set plays that we called that we executed tonight, so I feel like we did a good job.
I felt like we moved the ball very well, like just like how we do in practice. And then, like, you just seen how easy it was for us to score when we were moving the ball. We made the extra pass. We made the pass to the post. They dug in. They kicked out. So I feel like we always made the right plays, and I think that it helped us get in our flow. It helped everybody, and it balanced the floor. So I felt like this is what we've been practicing on, though. So I feel like we came out and we executed, even the quick hitters.
Andrew Greenstein, Louisiana Radio Network. Flaugier, this is your first action in a few weeks. You were recovering from a shin injury. Of course, you had the week-long layoff between the SEC tournament and this first-round game. I guess it looked like it was very easy for you to just pick up right where you left off out there.
Nah, it wasn't easy, but it was fun. Like, you know, the crowd is 9,000 people. I didn't think it was going to be that many people for a 9 o'clock game. You know what I'm saying? It's almost 12. And so, you know, our fans, like, they just do it for me. Our students came out. Shout out to our students. But, yeah, no, it wasn't easy, but I've been on that bike. Oh, that bike is real. That bike and Thomas is real. So just keeping my wind up. I felt like I was trying to, like, push through some spurts because I know, you know, that's how you get in game shape. And, like, I feel like you can't get in basketball shape without playing in games. So, you know, this was just a good first outing for me. I was excited.
In the back with Michael, please.
Michael Cobble, WBRZ TV in Baton Rouge. For Flaugier and Anissa, if you would, but specifically, you said you're going to need all 8, right? The bench, you got like 45 points from the bench tonight.
Yeah.
I know they got a lot of minutes, but everybody that almost played scored, right? And
yeah.
That's probably exactly what you wanted. Could you speak to their contributions?
I mean, Coach Mulkey challenged them. They said, I think that team was 13th in the country in bench production. And so she challenged them today at shoot-around. Like, is their bench going to be better than ours? And I think they took that personal. We've seen Lily come out and get up and down that floor and get rebounds and get and ones and do her thing. So I feel like everybody is coming into their own. Cheyenne, I think she played a great game. She hit shots when she was supposed to hit them. Transition, pushed the ball. But I think Poa was really good for us today, just pushing the pace. Every time we got a rebound, we were running up the floor. We were running our control break. So I think everybody kind of did a lot of good things. KG, she didn't hit a lot of shots, but her defense was immaculate, and she made the right plays, and shots are going to fall. So I feel like everybody on the bench contributed, and I'm really excited for them. Like, they got what it takes.
Right back there in the back.
Kennedy Banks, Tiger TV. A big standout for you guys these last couple of games has been Miracle Shepherd. Can you kind of talk about the physicality that she plays with and the energy that she brings off of the bench to this team?
Yeah, I love Miracle. Her work ethic is through the roof. She come in practice and work hard every day. And if that's one person that I know that I could depend on every day to show up and be a defensive stopper and get those rebounds, is Miracle. So it's just what she do in practice. I feel like her practices are tougher than the games. So honestly, she just cruising out there.
Yeah, she played great. She went 4 for 4, made some defensive stops. The last defensive play, talking to Jada, getting that switch, making that switch and getting 30 seconds. So Miracle is our unsung hero a lot of times.
Bria Andrews, WBRZ. Do you guys really like the production, just the complete game of it all from you guys and the bench and just the game as a whole, your performance as you go further into the tournament?
Absolutely, because it's hard to stop like 3 people that's really good at what they do. But then people come out the benches another wave. It's like, oh my gosh, when does it stop? And that's what it kind of felt like tonight. It wasn't a drop off. Like when we came off the court, kept going, kept getting stops, and that's what you need for a championship team. And those are our aspirations. So I hope that they see that this isn't. We're gonna play Florida State Monday, and this was just preparation for that. So continue to keep that confidence. That's the biggest thing.
Any other questions for the players? We're clean online. Anybody else? One more up here, right in the middle.
Hello, Tatum Esparza, USA Today. Flage and Anissa, can you guys just speak to what it means to set a program history, program record for the first time in the first round, and what that means going forward for the rest of your momentum into the tournament, as well as you coming off your injury and this being the first game you've played in 3 games?
Yeah, I want to say kind of for me, it was a confidence thing, just being back on the floor, kind of being a little bit in your head, but also setting the record is something nobody can ever take away from you. And that's something that is very powerful, and being able to come together as a team and accomplish that is big. I know that it was more than they scored in the national championship, so it's a momentum builder for March. So, yeah.
It's our media guy. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous today. I was like talking to Coach Bob. I'm like, I was looking good in practice, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I'm straight, you think? So I was nervous, I ain't gonna lie. I'm always nervous before games, but this time I was just like, I don't wanna be the odd man out. But as far as the record goes, I think it's cool, but it's like, we did that record against Caitlin Clark. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we get tougher competition, like, it's going to feel a lot better to do things like that. But for this team right here and the momentum that we're building, it's big for us. It's big for the people that haven't been to, like, the Elite Eight and the championship game. So for me, my mind is always like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like for all our players that never got to experience this, Lily getting to slap the LSU on the board, we set a record, like, it's beautiful, and it's a dope part of the game to be able to make history, especially for LSU.
One more question in the back for the players. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, what's with the kisses? Both of y'all were blowing kisses tonight.
Oh, I've been blowing kisses to the student section, and my boyfriend was there, so I just to the student section, because they always come out, they turn up. Who you be blowing kisses to?
No comment.
All right, with that, Flage and Anissa, thank you very much. Congratulations. We will see you all on Monday. Once again, Monday night, 5 o'clock Central tip against Florida State here at the Maravich Assembly Center. You all are good to go. Enjoy your night. Congratulations.
Right,
thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to take questions now for head coach Kim Mulkey. Again, with so many new faces, please introduce yourself, your affiliation. Again, if you're joining us online, please hit the raise hand toggle. We'll come to you. And with that, we'll start in the back, and we'll have questions for Coach. Right behind you. Right there.
Chessa Boucher with NBC 33 here in Baton Rouge. Coach Mulkey, as you get ready to go on this tournament run, how big of a confidence boost to see your team play such a complete and unselfish game tonight?
I think your word unselfish is pretty spot on. And I said that to them in the timeout. We had a lot of ball reversal. We shared the ball. We also have a talented team in that they don't have to share the ball sometimes. They can just take you off the dribble. And we did some of that in spurts tonight, but I thought that everybody was excited. Everybody was excited for each other. And when everybody gets to play and contribute, they all go home feeling good. And the crowd was good. That's a lot. Is it almost midnight?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it who? Midnight, Cinderella, wasn't it? Who? Pumpkin, what was that? And then they tell me we play at 5 o'clock Monday. They're not doing us any favors. They don't think we work down here. Yeah, Chessa, you must have played a little basketball in your day. We were very unselfish tonight.
Coach Breandress, WBRZ, just what'd you see from Anissa and Flau'jae in their first game since, they've been out with injury?
I think Nisa got a little frustrated, 4 for 11 from the field, and I said, those are great moves down there. She was spinning down on the block and trying to go with her left hand, and they'd rim in and out, just keep shooting it. We ran a couple quick hitters for her to go. I needed to get Michaela some more quick hitters, but Michaela is the best passer we have, so she probably turned down a lot of shots tonight. As far as their conditioning, I didn't notice fatigue, really, but I was moving players in and out, so I never left them in there for long periods of time.
Up here in the front.
Two questions. First, Kim, you started your most experienced starting lineup for an NCAA tournament. I mean, all these people had a ton of tournament experience. How much difference did that make in the beginning? And also, 5 starters with 25 minutes or less, 5 bench players with 10 minutes or more. You couldn't have worked that out better.
Well, exactly. I'm watching a lot of these first-round games where their main players are having to play extended minutes just to win a game, and fortunately for us tonight, we didn't have to do that. Poa was very valuable and didn't score. I don't even know if she attempted a shot. But she was our quarterback. She managed the game. She pushed it up the floor. She did what we asked her to do defensively. And then Shy comes in to relieve her and had one of her better offensive games. But more important than that is they didn't turn the ball over. They executed what we needed them to execute. And I was proud of both of them. And Jada came in as well. And Jada played some off guard and points. Jada's going to look for her shot now. As soon as she gets in the game, it's a bucket. It's going up.
Right here, Coach. Kevin Baptiste, WAFB TV here in Baton Rouge. Y'all got San Diego State to shoot well above their season average on threes, and they only got to the line 15 times. Just how well did you like the discipline defensively?
Yes, but they also missed some open looks, and we talked to them about that at halftime. Those guys, maybe we rushed their shots some, but they missed some wide open looks. I thought that to change the subject a little bit, we missed 11 free throws. 11 free throws. And then if you look at the number of layups we missed 15. So we were not what I would call just smooth out there, even though we scored a lot of points and a lot of people did some good things. You make your free throws and make half of those layups, it would have been a big margin difference in the score. But I just thought that we were very active. We didn't let them in the paint much. So good night for everybody.
Brett, right here, second middle row.
Brett Martell with AP. So what significance do you attach to the point total and the victory margin, or could you put that in context?
Not really. Didn't really know till about maybe a minute and something to go. I think Coach G said something that if we score another bucket here, we break some record. So I was like, okay, well, we got to shoot it. But I did get disturbed when KG was going in to score and they fouled her. And she got the 2 free throws to break the record. We don't do that. If it's 30 seconds or less on the clock, you hold that ball right there.
Right here in the front.
Hey, this is Blake Spadaro from Blake Steak and W Swish. What did you think of Anissa's defensive effort tonight, and what do you want the team to improve on going into Monday's game?
Well, Nice moves. Nice can get her hands on a lot of balls, particularly if we are kind of not trapping, but we let her, when they come off on ball screens, we'll let her get up there and get after it. But she did fine. I think Nice just is hard on herself right now because she missed some shots that she doesn't normally miss. What do we need to improve on? Well, I'm going to always say defense. Make your free throws. We're getting ready to play a very talented Florida State team, a leading scorer in the country. We got our hands full. They're so they have so much length, and they alter shots, and they're athletic, and they just get over screens, and they run. It's going to be quite a challenge for us, and I hope we're a challenge for them. You're welcome.
Any other questions for Coach? Over here. One more right here in the middle.
Hey, Coach. Toy Lloyd from The Advocate. You mentioned Cheyenne about how she was a floor general off the bench. She also made 3 3-pointers. I guess how important can her perimeter shooting be down the line?
Well, she was confident tonight. When you make that first one, it makes you a little bit more confident. And as I tell the point guards, you've got elite wing players. All you got to do is get them the ball and make them look good, and guess what? They'll get it back to you. And I thought by sharing the ball and having a lot of ball reversals, she looked for her shot. Poa really didn't have as many looks as Cheyenne did. But, yeah, it makes us better if you can score those. But I thought she pushed it up the floor as good as I've seen her push it up the floor. But the most important thing of all is turnovers. How many did the two of them have? I haven't looked at it. Poa had 1 turnover, and Cheyenne had 1. So that's good.
Coach, congratulations. Thanks for your
Thank
time.
you.
You bet. We will see you on Monday. We'll take a quick break here in Baton Rouge. We'll reset, have San Diego State here in just a couple of minutes. Good. Ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we welcome you back to Baton Rouge for one last time on this Saturday night. We're pleased to be joined by San Diego State head coach Stacy Hudson. Also in the middle, Kim Villalobos, and on the far end there, we have Callie Clark. We will start by allowing Coach to have an open comment. Then we will direct our questions first to the players. When you come around, please raise your hand, introduce yourself, your affiliation. If you're joining us via Zoom, good evening. Welcome to Baton Rouge. Please hit the raise your hand icon, and we will come to you as well. With that, Coach, the floor is yours.
You know, I'm at a loss for words when it comes to this team, but I will say this. I'm just really proud of the season that we had. This game didn't reflect who we are and what we've been able to accomplish, so really proud of that. We got beat by a very good team today. You know, I thought we tried to battle in some moments, but this is going to be something we'll watch back and learn from and continue to grow our program so we can compete better next time we're in this position. But I told the girls, don't let this game cloud what we've been able to do, and we've had a great season, 25 wins the last 3 years. With a core of this group have been really, really good, and we're just going to continue to get better.
Coach, thank you very much. Okay, we will open up the floor to questions again for the players. Raise your hand. We'll bring a microphone to you. To either one. We'll start with Michael in the back.
Michael Cobble from WBRZ TV in Baton Rouge. Kim, just how much were the early fouls kind of a damper on your game and what you were hoping to do here today?
Yeah, definitely a damper. I feel like I'm a physical player. I thought I could be a little extra physical today, but because maybe the fouls were a little too much. But yeah, wanted to be out there with my team, so it definitely wasn't nice being on the bench. But regardless, I was supporting them. But yeah.
You have a question up here in the front row?
Yeah, this is Blake Spadaro from Blake's Take and W Swish. Anissa Morrow had 12 points and 12 rebounds and shot 3 for 11. What did you ladies think of you ladies' overall defensive effort on her in particular?
I think the overall game plan, was boxing out every player. I think they all kind of crashed the boards with, aggressively, and boxing out was definitely the emphasis. I think we did it maybe in spurts. She had some boards, but yeah, I think we gave our effort. I think everybody tried on the team, and yeah, pretty much.
You know, she was a key piece of what we were trying to defend because she's such a good player. So I don't know that we held her down, but we knew that we wanted to crowd the paint, and if we were going to give up anything, it was going to be threes. And they were able to shoot a high percentage from the three-point line. So we didn't do anything to slow her down. We just wanted to make sure she saw a crowd. That was the difference, I think.
Daniel Frank from A10 Talk. For either of the players, you guys have been on an incredible run through the Mountain West tournament, winning the championship game in triple overtime, and getting the first appearance for San Diego State in this tournament since 2012. What has that been like for you guys to be a part of, and what does it mean to you guys?
I think obviously we won the Mountain West, and we all kind of have this saying that we say it's we over me. I think this was really important for us. We really built a group dynamic coming in, and we had high aspirations for how we were going to perform today, and we knew we were going to play together as a team and really focus on that, and I think we did that, and I think we had a couple mistakes, but I wouldn't regret anything that we did this season. I think we did really great in the Mountain West, and we really left our mark this year.
Natalie Hevron with the next, kind of going off of that question, but bigger picture, can you just reflect on what your time at San Diego State has meant to you and reflect on your careers?
You want to go first? No, I'll go first. I transferred in this last year, and Stacy and the coaching staff took a chance on me. I came from another team in the Mountain West and didn't get as many minutes as I did this year, so they really took a chance on me and saw my potential and saw what I could be, and I think with that and obviously building my confidence, I was able to be a key player this year and really make a difference on the team. And obviously I wouldn't be able to do that without them and my teammates supporting me along the way because they've been playing with me. But I just am forever grateful for the team and the family that I got to build this year. And yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Callie said, I'm so grateful. I came to the school when I was 18 years old, and I'm now 23, turning 24, which is so crazy, and the time flew by, but it's also because I was accompanied by the best people that I've met my whole life, and I'm trying not to get emotional. Sorry. Just super grateful. I'm super happy. We won a championship. That's all I've wanted for my career. So, yeah.
Any other questions? One more from Michael in the back.
Maybe for Callie, just I know it doesn't feel great right now, but one of the points of emphasis that the LSU girls were talking about was that Kim had pointed out the bench production that you guys have and really challenging her bench. And we saw that tonight in a way that maybe we haven't seen most of this season. Did it just feel like they kept throwing different people at you all night long and they were having some success?
A little bit. I mean, LSU is a great team, and obviously they're ranked number 3 in D1 in this region. I think that they were productive. I don't think that it felt very different. They all kind of felt the same to me in terms of like production and aggressiveness, which is expected from a SEC team, I guess. But I think we did our job to the best of our ability, and yeah.
Kim and Callie, you both had outstanding seasons. Congratulations. Congratulations. Our pleasure to have you in Baton Rouge, and wish both of you the best of luck. Thanks for coming to join us here.
Thank you.
You all can head to the locker room and relax now. Cool. Thank you. You bet.
That was kind. Thank you.
All right, now we'll open up the floor for questions for Coach. And again, you know the routine. Raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. And with that, let's go.
Hey, this is Blake Spadauer from Blake's Take and W Swish. How do you assess your team's overall performance this season, and what would you like to improve on going into next season?
You know, I thought we had a great season. Like I said, 25 wins is nothing to shake a stick at. You know, we've had a really quality schedule in the non-conference that prepared us for, I think, our conference run and our conference season championship. But you know, we talk a lot about the bench, you know, and again, I want to answer that question because I think it's a great question. But, you know, we were very successful this year, and I thought we did a lot as a unit. We sacrificed. There was a lot of kids that probably could have started at times that came off the bench, and we had some success being able to play that way because we were so deep. Our superpower this year was our depth. And we have some young kids that are going to be great in our program if we can keep them all together, and our transfers were just phenomenal for us. And I'll forever be grateful for the Adriana Quezadas and Kim Villalobos and Megan Fiso and those girls that stuck it out and stayed with us. And again, just a really good group of human beings, and that's what I'm going to take away from this season is they're just great girls, young women, and they're going to be destined to do great things. Mm-hmm. To answer your question, because it was a good question, yeah, it was impressive. They were, we were talking about, you know, what did we see that we didn't expect? I didn't expect the bench to come in and shoot the ball as well as they did, and that makes LSU really, really dangerous when they can go as deep as they did tonight. I thought the transition game was something that we weren't ready for. They were really pushing the ball, and we didn't get back. Like, we knew we were going to get out-rebounded. We knew, you know, who was going to shoot the ball the majority of the time. But I think, and we knew about the transition, but I think it was a little bit faster than we were ready for. And if they can play that fast and score the way they did, it's going to be a hard out moving forward.
Other questions for Coach? Up here in the front.
Natalie Heverin with the Next. You know, you kind of touched on this a little bit, but can you just talk about the impact of the seniors, whether they've been here for 1 year or 5, and getting the program to this moment and kind of leaving that impact for future students to continue to build on?
You know, we were just talking about that as we were waiting to come in. Kim has been with me for 5 years. She was one of the COVID babies that came up with us, and we had some, you know, struggles early on, but for her to have the seasons, the last 3 seasons, we've won 70-something games over the last 3 years and really done a good job as far as, you know, making sure we were competitive every time we touched the floor. And that's what I'm going to take away from that group. They've just done a great job raising the bar or getting the bar back to where it was. You know, the standard now is to win a championship. You know, that's what our goal is now moving forward. So I thought we came back after last year's championship run. We lost in the championship game the year prior. We came back focused and really ready to go, and I think that played a big part in the success that we've had this year. So I expect nothing less with the young ladies that come come back. And, college athletics looks really different now, so who knows what's going to be on the roster moving forward. But we're going to make sure that we put a group together that understands what San Diego State athletics, what we are about and moving forward, and just going to make sure we get back to this level. This is a great experience for them. And I told them to bottle this up so we can understand what it feels like so we don't have to feel it again.
Brett, right here in the middle.
Hi, Brett Martell with AP. Just because of your history here, I was wondering if you kind of noticed, even as you were focusing on coaching, the panache with which some of the LSU players played with, like Johnson and Morrow and so forth.
Panache, that's a good word.
And how the crowd responded to it. And I know that that has nothing to do with basketball fundamentals, but do those intangible things make it even tougher for a visiting team here, or maybe even affect how they play?
Yeah, I was impressed with the crowd. This is a little different than what it was when I was here, and as it should be. You guys won a national championship here, as it should be, but it's a great home court advantage, and it was deafening at times when they went on runs, but we expected that. But it's just, obviously I'm disappointed in the outcome, but I'm also very proud of what LSU women's basketball has been able to do, because I was a part of it and still hold it very dear to my heart. I wouldn't have gotten the job I think that I have now if we didn't have the success that we had when we were here at LSU. So I will forever be grateful for my time in Baton Rouge, and I will always be cheering for the Tigers. Go Tigers.
Michael Cobble.
You've mentioned it a couple of times, and it's just interesting to me that with this success, you're going to have more eyeballs on your program, and you're going to have other, larger programs trying to steal your roster, right? It's like, how do you deal with the double-edged sword?
It's crazy, but that's what it is. Sometimes you don't want to think of it that way, but that's what college athletics is moving to. But our jobs as coaches is to mentor and to guide them. And no matter who's on our roster year in and year out, that's what our goal is always. We want to make sure they come in and respect our program, respect themselves, and become better women when they leave our program. And that's what we're selling, and that's what we've been able to do over the last 12 years. So really proud of that piece. We're graduating our young ladies. They're going into careers of service, which always makes me very proud. Playing overseas, playing professional basketball, but when they come in, it's really fun to be a part of the journey, and that's what I focus on. We're going to have some leave and some go, and we've had a lot of success with transfers too, but it's really about the journey, and I have enjoyed this group thoroughly. We've done some amazing things, and I will forever be grateful for what they were able to give San Diego State women's basketball.
We just crossed over the midnight hour. Can I end with a question?
Sure.
Yesterday, you were hit with a barrage of questions about you talking to your team about your time here at LSU and the tournament. Obviously, that was a long distance away.
Yeah.
Now that you've been here for the first time in 12 years, what will you take away from the experience, and what do your younger players take away to go back next year and say, let's go back and do it again?
Absolutely. It's just a great feeling to be in the NCAA tournament. That's everybody's goal. Any postseason play is always exciting, and I think that's what we're going to take from it, just being able to compete at a high level. Again, it wasn't the outcome tonight that we wanted, but I just love sharing the court with some of these athletes, Coach Mulkey, what we've been able to do and lift the game as we have over the last couple years. That's what I'm taking from this. It's just, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, and watching my daughter go through it now, and we have women's basketball has grown leaps and bounds, and that's really what I'm proud of. The eyeballs on the sport, the crowd that we mentioned, the viewership on ESPN, the games that we're getting, and primetime slots. That's really what it's about. We are raising the bar, all of us. And I think it's part of our responsibility as coaches, but just very proud of these young women who are doing everything they can. I couldn't go, one commercial break without seeing Flagey on a Powerade commercial. And and as I'm looking at it, I'm just so proud of her and all the women that are getting these opportunities. And I'm just grateful to be in the position that we're in, but I am just amazed at where the game has gone over my time.
Well, you had an outstanding season, and like I said yesterday, it's a pleasure to welcome you back to Baton Rouge. Great to have you, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Safe travels back home. We thank everybody for joining us. We're back here tomorrow at 1:20 with press conferences. Until then, it's after midnight. Have a good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us in Baton Rouge.
Thank you guys for covering women's basketball. I appreciate it.